So got this van. It's got a bit of a camping setup in the back, or I should say it had a bit of camping setup in the back. I've ripped most of it out. This is an old bed frame that I've brought. But yeah, this is sort of what was in there, a bit of an old setup plus that. But it's only a bit of a single bed, and I'm just gonna need a double. So I've got a bit of extra timber, and we'll see what we can do about extending that, and maybe folding it up and building some storage, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, the plan is to take these end runners off, and take these boards out, move this sort of end assembly over a bit. We're sort of going to have to take a little wedge out near the door and sort of split it so we can fold it up. And instead of these boards, we got that old bed frame. It's got them big wide runners here. We'll be able to use them to go across instead, cover the distance. But yeah, I've got some extra ones of those because I think we'll have to run a beam up the middle. They're slightly larger than this, but we'll plane them down a bit. We'll see. This side should be fairly straightforward, but it'll be once we get up there, be a bit tricky, but we'll see. So I've got all our pieces here cut out. You know, those on. Is it funny when I hit my head, is it? Well, this bloody door, it's just slightly too low. I keep hitting my head on it. Anyway, Alyssa's been working hard sanding these ones, so they're ready to go in. Those ones I've just finished cutting and planing, putting a bit of a chamfer on the edge of them. Yeah, just tidy them up a bit. And yeah, so what I'll be getting into now is this coffee. And I'll start pulling this apart, spreading it apart, getting these boards out. And then I'll work out how wide I need to cut these ones here, run them across there. Yeah, it should be nice, and we can work from there and figure out the front and the hinging mechanism. So have it come up and have a bit of a seat across the front so we can come in there and hinge that up, maybe have the TV bolted on the back, and you know, we'll see. Just because New Zealand's a bit like that, it's either like this or it's miserable and rainy, so we'd like to have some space to be able to come in here, sort of fold that up like that, come sit down, you know, maybe have a TV, but we'll see. But anyway, I'll get working on this, splitting that out, and yeah, we'll see how we go from there. So I don't know if you saw that there, but all the sort of supports for your runners, they're all sort of made out of all these little bits and pieces of offcuts there, and they all sort of went like sort of sat down below the lip, and I want to use as much of that space for storage as possible. So while I was Alyssa's there with the thing, but those battens there, those fencing battens, thanks Alyssa, those fencing battens, they fit perfectly. I'd say I'll just need to measure up those boards, but they should fit perfectly as runners instead of these little tiny blocks here, not the crocks, the blocks. Yeah, they should go cover a fair more distance, and I've got a heap of them, so I can sort of run them, make it a bit more tidy than just bits of offcuts and stuff. I want to do a decent job of this. So alright, thanks Alyssa, you can keep working hard. Yeah, split these apart, whack, all these have been sanded now, so I can whack that back piece on, see where it's going to sit, and then this will be over here, and then I can measure in, figure out where I need to cut it. And yeah, there's also going to be like a little cut, or not so much, yeah, it's sort of a cut here. This bit's going to fold up, there's going to be like a little shelf or a bench on top of that bit. Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, so it should be good. I'll get into that now. Yeah, whack that up, take the ends off, pull it apart, and start getting as many of those bits in as I can, because they're all ready to go. It's a lovely day today, beautiful and sunny. So I've got the back bit, we'll call it the back bit, all sort of, well, I'm not too sure if it's square. I haven't checked that yet, but it should be square. It's all the same measurements. I might I'll check that before I do this. But to mount this one, I can't get my drill back here and drill in to the back like I've sort of done here. I've done it with one. Come in there and then come in on the bottom, because I cut a chunk out of this just to slot it in there nice. It turned out alright, but because I already pre-cut this, I can't really, rather than just running screws in on angles, I don't really want to do that. I'll get little brackets, come in there, little L pieces, like that there. Might not be ideal, but there should be enough other bracing involved in there. There'll be another one coming across the middle here and then more up the front. So yeah, it turned out alright. This come up nice and tidy. There's just one going back there. It's a bit fucking wild too, but it'll get covered up and done the job. There'll be plenty of other screws in the thing in the end to hold it all together. So it's, I mean, to be fair, it's pretty stable as it is now. But yeah, I'm just gonna go to town, I think. Got a bit of a list here. Get what I need, and then get back into it and do try and get a bit more done this afternoon. Do a time lapse on the way into town, but my phone overheated on the dash. But anyway, the gist was we went to Mitre 10 and got a few bits and pieces, some reset, sort of countersink bits, a few barrel bolt, yeah, whatever they are, just like pins, so you can we can clip the folding up bit up to its frame. A few brackets, yeah, a bit of sandpaper because we're running out of that, and more importantly some screws. So just a few bits to keep us going, but these hinges should be pretty solid. We might have to you know, get the chisel out and cut a little bit out for these big you know, hinges, because we've got to have another bit of wood. Oh, I nearly lost my drink. Another bit of wood running across there, so that's all good. I'll get some of these brackets on that, and we'll start getting the rest of it going. I think I'll start framing out the bit that's going to fold up, so we can get that where it needs to be, and then build the sides around that. went flat in me drill. So I'm going to start cutting out some of these boards real quick. Les is doing a bit more sanding. I'll get this on charge. So essentially, I don't think the phone was recording, but when we went to hinge it, we come up to an issue with the design, so I've had to move this 50mm back. So I'm a bit further behind than I was before, but I've got it moved back 50mm now. Got the hinging issue sorted out, and yeah, we'll get onto it in the morning, I think. Because yeah, it's getting a bit late. I'll just have to pack all this crap up, and then yeah, we'll get onto it in the morning.